I'll help you in preparing them. But when we come and are the judges in the classroom, the kids, sometimes they like to look at my score, but I don't let them see my scores. Okay? It has nothing to do with their grade. It has nothing to do with the grade book. All it is I do it to find out who's first, second, and third. And I tell my judges at our meeting, the most important thing I need from your scorecard at the end of the day is first, second, and third. And I tell my judges, do not give your scorecards to your kids. They don't need to know it. Some judges are very systematic. You know, they go down that list and they check, oh, didn't do that one. Check, oh, didn't do that one. And they may score their cards differently, and not differently, but in a little bit heavier scale. Okay, I have a rule that nobody gets less than an 85 on my scorecard. That's just my personal rule. But some of them may give kids 60s and stuff based on the rubric and how they look at the rubric. But it does not affect their grade. Does not affect. They don't give it to the kids. They put it in an envelope, and I keep it. Okay. So it doesn't. Don't be concerned about how the judges are going to be to your child. They're very supportive. They keep on letting me come back every year to do this. You know, Miss Hughes wanted to kick me out a long time ago.
I did not.
But anyway, it's a positive experience. We try to make it as positive as possible, and I remind our judges of that very much so. All right. And for your information and curiosity, this is where I got my research on the octopus. I started out with a YouTube video. I went to Kids, National Geographic, and Life Science and Scientific America. These are my resources, my sources for my presentation. Your child does not need that. I just put that on there just in case you wanted to know, hey, where did you get your stuff, Mr. Jack? Now, I had some questions by parents on the other session. Are students doing this in the classroom? Yes. This is a combination of work where the teachers are giving them classroom time to go to the library. They give them some classroom time to do some research. But, you know, in a school day, there's math that needs to be taught, there's social studies that need to be taught, and science to be taught. So not everything, this whole process is not a in the classroom, beginning to end type thing. You know, your child's going to need some support at home, extra research, extra time on the computer maybe to help them facilitate that. Back when I was going to school, they call it scaffolding, helping them, support them in more ways to prepare. It's a big project. For fourth graders, I don't think they've ever done anything this big. And that's why it's a 6 weeks project, and not a weekend type thing. All right, so I'm going to give a presentation, and if you look at the scorecard, your child is going to be kind of graded or judged based on appearance. And let's go back to October 31st. That's Halloween. Why do we do it on Halloween? It's not because we chose Halloween. It's the schedule, how it works. We actually host the district contest right here at the middle school on November the 18th. That's a Saturday. So in order to host the district contest, I need to have a county contest 3 weeks before to prepare for the district. And we have fall break, and there's just things that happen, and so I like to do it on the middle of the week. So Tuesday, the 31st, is the 4th grade. Wednesday, the 1st of November, is the 5th grade. And Thursday, the 2nd of November, is 6th grade. It's just boom, 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 boom. Now, there were some questions about, my child's going to be dressed up for Character Day or something like that, or maybe Halloween. I talked to Ms. Cook and other folks about the Character Day, and that Character Day is going to be on the 27th, which is a Friday. And for those who don't know what Character Day is, I don't think we dress up for Halloween anymore. We dress up as a book character for the Halloween costume, and so usually it's close to Halloween or Halloween Day, but this year It's gonna be on the 27th, which is a Friday before Halloween. So we shouldn't have kids dressed up. It doesn't matter anyway, because when I do CPA, I tell my judges, you gotta give them 10 points, because they're here at school, they're dressed in school clothes, you know, that's not gonna affect their score. But they do, you know, if they have gum in their mouth, back when I first started, some kids were kind of really relaxed on that, and so I said, hey, if you got gum in your mouth, I'm taking 2 points off. So that's the appearance, that's the first part. They're judged on the kosher, that's the second part. And they're judged on delivery, how did they deliver the presentation. Some of them will be very nervous, talk very fast. Some of them will be very shy and not want to talk loud enough. Some of them just love it, okay? It wouldn't have been me, but they're, believe it or not, there's some kids, and I've been teaching all this all day today. I tell the kids in the 6th grade, I said, okay guys, I'll tell you some good news and bad news. Good news is you don't have to do CPA after 6th grade. You know, there's a lot of kids, me included, that would probably say, yes, no need to do CPA ever again. But then there's a lot of them saying, oh, Mr. J, that's bad news. We like doing this, okay? I don't know what's wrong with them, but they do enjoy it. It's part of this thing called CPA. So that's orderly progress. Oh no, that's delivery. Then if you go down the scorecard, it's orderly progress. Do you have a hook? Do you have a introduction? Do you have main points that you go through logically, step by step? And then is there a conclusion? I will tell you that a lot of 4th graders and 5th graders, you know, they'll be nervous. They want to get this thing over with, and they forget that conclusion. Okay, so it might be an important thing to remind them that they have that. And then, let's see, what else is on there? You have what I call the research, and that is accuracy of information, how well they cover the topic, and how knowledgeable are they. I'm not going to stop and ask them questions, okay, especially when it's CPA in the classroom. We have limited time, but how much research have they done? And then number 8 is I want them to do a 5-minute presentation. And so if it's short, I'll take 1 point off. That's all I take off. But if you go back there to coverage of topic, here's where I could take some points off. And I think that's what, number 6? If they didn't narrow it down to something very specific, and if they only spoke for 2 minutes, they didn't cover it. So that's where I would take most of my points off. Not that I'm in the thing about taking points off, but that's kind of the guy. All right, so I'm going to give my presentation on the octopus. One of the things that I encourage boys and girls to do is pick a project or a topic not everybody knows about. At this stage, we were supposed to have this meeting last week. Your child probably has already picked a topic. Okay? And I'm telling you to go back and change it. Stick with what you got. Okay? But I stay away from the sports. I stay away from the dog care and training. I stay away from the cat care. Why? How many of the kids have dogs? A lot of them have dogs. How many of them have cats? Cats. How many know who? I was scolded by the middle schoolers today. Stefan Curry. All right? I call him Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry. But for those of you who don't know who that guy is, he's a basketball player. So pick something that not everybody knows about, and you're going to bring out the wow, what I call the wow factor. People are going to be impressed. Now, I'm not a great speaker. I never was. Never, probably never will be. But because of the topic about my choice, I'm hoping, and I know that the kids are learning something new. So here's this is a model of what a typical 4-H presentation is. When I was in college, I traveled to a country far away. I went to Israel on a class, and I spent 3 weeks in Israel. While I was there, I swam in the Red Sea, which is famous for its coral reefs. Not the Dead Sea, but the Red Sea. While I was there, I snorkeled for a couple of days, and I had a close encounter with an octopus. You see, I was exploring the reef, and I came to a very small crevice in the reef, and all of a sudden, this creature swam in front of my nest. I was frightened half to death, and I literally walked on water to get back on land because I didn't know what kind of close encounter I had. But later I realized that it was an octopus. Hi, my name is Mr. J, and I tell you this because ever since then, I have been intrigued by this mystical creature, the octopus. Today, I want to tell you how it's a master of disguise and how it has a unique anatomy that is known to be one of the smartest of all sea creatures. How it defends itself, and finally and sadly, how it reproduces. The octopus comes from the encephalopod family, and it's an invertebrate. That means it has no backbone, it has no bones in its body at all. And to me, it's a unique sea creature. This is called the mantle, and the mantle houses all the internal organs. It has not one, not two, but 3 hearts. One that pumps blue, copper-rich blood through its circulatory system, and 2 that pump water through the siphons that are located right behind the eye. Because it has a large brain in proportion to its body, it has great memory capacity. And we'll talk about that as it relates to its intelligence. It has a beak as a mouth, and that beak looks just like a parrot's beak. And that's the hardest surface of an octopus. And so because it has no bones in its body, it can really fit into any kind of crevice. It could literally slide underneath the crack of that door. And in some places where aquariums house an octopus, they have to have special latches just to protect it, to keep it inside the tanks. Now, of course, it has 8 arms, and they're called arms, not legs, not tentacles. They have 2 rows of suction cups, but did you know that these suction cups actually act as taste buds? As an octopus latches onto its prey, it's literally tasting it before it's eating it. Now, because of its size of its brain, it has great memory abilities. And so scientists have placed an octopus in a maze, put a treat at one end, and through trial and error, figured out how to get the treat. Put it back at the beginning, it has memorized every turn. And in seconds, it can get back to the original treat because of its capacity of memorizing. It also can manipulate tools. Now, it's not going to solve a Rubik's Cube, but it obviously is manipulating it. Put a treat in a glass jar, screw on the top. If you put it in a tank with an octopus, it will figure out how to unscrew the jar to get in for the treat. It's also been seen in nature to use tools, not your screwdriver or hammer, but rocks and other objects in the ocean to break open seashells and oysters so that they can get to the food. Now we know that the octopus uses inking as a defense mechanism, but it's really the chameleon of the ocean. Skin cells throughout its body, called chromatophores, allow it to change colors, just like the chameleon. Now the chameleon may take 25 to 35 seconds to change its color. The octopus does it like that. And it can also change the texture of its skin. It may be as smooth as my arm 1 second, and the next second it looks like it has warts and other things that helps it blend in to the coral reef. It's a fast swimmer because it has 2 extra hearts that pumps water through the siphons. It can swim pretty fast in short distances. Another neat thing about the octopus that I learned through my research is a process called autotomy. And that is, it has the ability to detach its arm. If it's threatened by a shark or another animal, just like a lizard or skink will lose its tail, the octopus can do the same thing when feeling threatened. That arm will wiggle out in the ocean detract the predator, it will go after the arm, the octopus swims away to live another day. Now, lastly, the octopus lives to reproduce. And so, the male adult octopus, once he finds a mate, within 2 weeks he dies. The female, she will find a den, lay her eggs, and protect her brood. She will never eat a meal again. And her very last breath will be to disperse all the eggs as they rise to the surface to hatch. She will lay up to 7,000 eggs. Out of the 7,000 eggs she lays, 1 to 3 will survive and become an adult octopus. So I hope you learned some interesting facts about the octopus today and how it's a master of disguise. With its unique anatomy, how it's smarter than your dog, probably, how it defends itself, and how it reproduces. Thank you. So, that's your typical CPA presentation. If you choose something that nobody knows about, there is a wow factor. You know, I don't know if you knew this or not, but I hope there was 1 or 2 things in my speech that captured your attention. I want students to be able to do that. To me, it's the public speaking that's important and the teaching that's important. I feel like when they can teach their peers something that their peers didn't know about, that's going to help them with their self-esteem. They're like, wow, I taught that. Okay? And I tell them this, that they're smarter than their teacher for 5 minutes in the class. Okay? Depending on their topic, what they chose, their teacher, their judges are going to be impressed. And so that's why I kind of ask them to stay away from the dog care. Because I hear this a lot, and it's okay. I want 4th graders to find something that they like, and that's where we start. You've got to start with something you like. If you have a dog, a pet, you like it, then go for it. You know, but you might have to help them find those interesting facts. By the time they get in the 5th grade, it's, you know, they're going to need to be more specific for sure. But I tell the kids this, I don't expect them to come in and say, hi, my name is Joey. Today I'll talk about my pet dog, Shiloh. He's a great dog. He's a yellow lab. One of the neat things about Shiloh is that I'm responsible for caring for him. And so every day before I go to school, I give my dog a cup of dog food so that he's got plenty to eat that day. I also make sure that his water bowl is full. And so I fill his water bowl before I go to school, and I fill it when I come back. And then finally, I want to make sure that my dog has plenty of exercise. So as soon as I get home from school, I take Shiloh out and play fetch so that he gets plenty of exercise. So thank you for listening to my speech about Shiloh. I hope you learned something new. You don't look impressed. Why not? Did I teach you anything new about how to take care of a dog? Did you know that your dog needs to be fed? Did you know your dog needs to be watered? Did you know your dog needs to be exercised or played with? We all do. Okay? So you're exactly right. Mr. J wasted your time. And I want kids to be able to learn something. And so help them with their topic to pull those neat, interesting things out there. And by the way, there are some neat things, regardless of your project. If it's dog care training, you're going to find some neat things. If it's Stefan Curry, you're going to find something interesting about him. But understand that if you pick a topic that a lot of people know about, you're not going to impress your class. And it's not always about impressing, but it's about teaching. And you can teach more when you teach a topic nobody knows about. So that's all I have for presentation. These are the tips that I have. You're welcome to visit me at the office. My office is down here at the Civic Center. You can call me. You're welcome to ask questions. If there's anything I can point you in the right direction, I'll be glad to. If you have an interest in being a judge, it's painless, I think. It's about 2.5 hours. It's in the classroom. It's a controlled environment, the teacher's in there, the kids aren't jumping out of their desks, that never happens. I've been to schools where it does happen, but not in Union County. Basically what we do is we start the day at 8:15, first thing in the morning. And we might divide the classroom, the boys are gonna go first, or the girls go first, doesn't matter. And we listen to all the girls' speeches first, take a bathroom break, and then come back and then we listen to the boys' speeches. And I have all the packets ready, you'll have a scorecard just like the one you have in front of you. The high school kid will have one right there with you. You combine your scores, and at the end of the 2.5 hours, you give out ribbons. First place ribbon, boys and girls, boy and girl, are automatically invited to the next competition, okay? This is the 4-H part of Mr. J talking about, okay? If competition is not your thing, it's okay. But understand that more than likely your child may want to go to the next level. Why? His buddy, her buddy, they all have ribbons, and unfortunately it's a peer thing. But we host it right here at the middle school 2-3 weeks after in the classroom. So if you win first place, so if this is the first place win in a boy in one room, this very same speech, this very same poster, everything that I spoke is the same one that we use at the district. You do not have to redo anything. It's the exact same one. If you're a second place winner and you get an invitation, more than likely it's the same thing. Third place, maybe depending on the variety of presentation, if you really want to go, because it is kind of fun. But you didn't get first, second, or third, I'll let you go. But we're gonna have to sit down and probably redo your presentation, redo your posters, kind of make it a little bit better, more specific, okay? So I never deny anybody a chance to go to the EPA, but it does, it would require starting from scratch, and you have like 3 weeks to get that done. But we are also helping out with posters. If anybody needs posters, Ms. Becky Dyer is gonna send home a flyer. It'll be a Monday or Tuesday?
Both days.
Both days.
Per grade. I bet fourth grade's on Monday.
Yeah.
Fifth grade's on Tuesday.
And so I'll have a color printer, and we'll help you with that. One tip here, when you're making these letters, you go on Word or Google Docs, and it only goes to 72, the little drop-down menu. Well, if you click inside there and type in 200, it will do a 200 size font, okay? So don't limit yourself just because the drop-down menu only goes to 72. This is probably 120 font right here, 150 size font. So that's a good tip. Thank you for coming. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to entertain those. If you'd like to be a judge, yes, ma'am.
There's an evaluation on the very back sheet of the clipboard. I'd like you to fill that out on the